Okay, for those of you that this is your new time or your first time joining me, my name is Sam Gibson. I've been with Archer for about 2 years now. I kind of consider myself more of a travel advisor and trainer. I'm still working on getting my business, and I have another job, and I'm loyal to a fault. That's the only reason I still have my other full-time job. Because I don't like leaving people once you've been with them for a while. But it is coming, believe me. Okay, so today is Mock Monday. Yay! And I'm sure you all are here to do mock bookings. So let's see. I got a whole bunch of tabs, so bear with me. Okay, I think I'm sharing my screen. All right, so today I was planning on doing mock booking on Pleasant Holidays. Pleasant Holidays is kind of like a Hawaii specific, but they do all kinds. You can book Disney hotels through them. You can book Universal resorts through them, Hard Rock Cafe. There's a whole bunch of different ones that you can book through them. So we are going to Pleasant Holidays. If my computer wants to work right today. Yay. Okay. And I'm already signed in. Let me do this. Trying to see if I can get myself signed out so that way, there it is. Sign out. Can everybody see my screen okay? Is it sharing okay? I just want to make sure. Got to make sure it does, otherwise it's kind of be pointless to do this, right? Okay, awesome. Okay, so this is the travel agent sign in for Pleasant Holidays. For those of you who have not registered with them, it doesn't, if I'm not mistaken, Pleasant Holidays does not take that long to register for. It's been, like I said, 2 years, and this is one of the first suppliers that I had registered with. So I can't quite remember, but I don't remember it taking, I don't remember there being a wait time for Pleasant Holidays. You may have to be in Archer, like for 30 days or something. I don't know. I thought I saw something about that floating around, but I'm not sure which suppliers those go for. There are some that you have to be signed up with Archer for a certain amount of time before you can actually sign up with the vendors. I don't remember Pleasant Holidays being that way, though. They may have changed it. Okay, so I just put the link in the chat if you guys can, if you are registered with them, if you want to follow along. If not, right here is where you're going to create a new account, and you just fill it in like you do any other supplier. Oh, we're signing in. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when you first pop up. This is why I like Pleasant Holidays. They have all their tabs up here. They have vacation deals, vacation rentals, all inclusive, destinations, group travel cruises. Yes, you can book cruises through Pleasant Holidays. And then they have like activities. If you click on the Pleasant activities right now, normally it only pops up with like their Hawaii activities. Like I said, Pleasant Holidays is kind of Hawaii specific, but they do other destinations. So, Florida is kind of hopping right now, so I figure maybe we would do one for Florida. So over here on the spot, you can do mock bookings from here 2 different ways. Well, there's probably a few different ways. You can either build your own trip, and you can do it over here on the side, and you can put in your information, you know, flight, hotel, car, things like that. And you can do it that way. Or you can scroll over here, and it gives you like this right here is your top beach destinations that they have. So I'm just going to click on Florida. I'm hoping maybe I have time and I can show you both ways of doing this real quick. And then right here, it's going to give you like a list of all the different places they have in Florida. These are just their top places. If you click see all, it drops down and it gives you a few extras. Pensacola, Sarasota, Jacksonville, things like that. So we are going to do Orlando, obviously. We have lots of people going to Disney World, Universal. Orlando has SeaWorld. Busch Gardens is in Tampa, like right across. I think Orlando actually has one too. So we're just going to click on Orlando. And for the moment, this is just basically showing me what their featured hotels and stuff are. This is their only featured one at the moment. But if you click right here, you can see all of their Orlando hotels. And yes, that is a Universal one. So now it's going to give me a list of all their hotels. See, you've got all of Universal's hotels right there in the front, very first ones, all of them. Walt Disney World, you have their Dolphin, you have their World Swan, Disney Springs area, that's a Hilton in Disney Springs area. Another Universal, Swan Reserve, Sapphire Falls Universal. And then it kind of gets down into the, just in that general area. But just so you know, so that way, if you happen to have a client that wants to book Disney, and let's say that you're trying to find it a little bit, you're trying to piece together a package, for instance, you can do flights and you can pick these certain hotels through Pleasant Holidays. I'm going to go ahead and do one. And I'm going to do this real quick because I just want to kind of show you guys. And actually, I'm going to do Universal because I think it'll do it on Universal. I don't think that you can purchase tickets for Disney World through Pleasant Holidays. Okay, we're going to do this a little bit back. Let's make it back on track here. Okay. What I'm trying to get at, and I'll show you once we get through the actual mock booking. But you can do it this way, and it's the same thing. Like I said, you can book it here, and you can fill out all your information here. So right now, I'm just going to do this real quick because I want to see if it gives you the option for the activity. And I live in Oklahoma, so we're going to put Oklahoma City. I'm going to Orlando. And we're going to say, let's try and do it for like 4th of July. I know it's kind of close, but we're going to go ahead and do it from the 30th of June to the 5th of July. And we want this to be like a family vacation. So we're going to say 2 adults and 2 children. When it comes to mock bookings for the children, I usually use ages 10 and 8 because that's normally your average. Anything over above like 2 years old, you're going to have to pay for it anyway. If they're under 2 years, then usually they can get flights free, they can get into parks free, things like that. You just got to check on the restrictions and stuff on the age guidelines. Now class, you can always put, I always try to put like premium economy or up. It just depends on what your clients are comfortable with. Sometimes they're okay, riding cramped up and stuff in a little tiny space, but most clients want some leg room. Hopefully my internet will work. Come on. See, this is why I don't have patience for something. Like when it doesn't want to work right, I tend to like jump out and go to something. Okay. So you can see right here, this is what the package price is. This is for 2 adults, 2 children, and this is round trip flights. So one of the things that I look at when it comes to flights is this is the one that it's offering with the package. But the problem is sometimes you don't want them laid over so long. But that's not really a big layover. So it's 2 hours. The whole thing is like 7 hours and 29 minutes. Now this one, I'm not going to have them coming back at midnight or after midnight, unless they choose to, but I'm going to change the flight because this one is okay. I look at this one because most hotels you can't check into until 3 o'clock anyway. So I try to get their flights and stuff when they're going in to be about the time that they're able to check into their hotel. If they get there like hours earlier, then you got to find them car, you got to find them, something to do while they're waiting. So I always look at that and I try to make sure that whenever their flight is coming in or going to the destination, that it's about the time that their hotel check-in is going to be. And this one here, like I said, it's not, oh, nope, that actually, no, because that one is 11:55 p.m. I don't want them to get in that late. If they don't mind, that's one thing. But personally, I'm one of those people where I want to get home so that I have plenty of time to unpack and do what I need to do before I have to start my my work week, school week, whatever is coming up for the next week. So this one here is actually a really good one. So I'm going to go with this one. Yes, it kind of takes them out a little bit early. But if they're okay with that, then I don't see, this one might be a little bit better. It leaves at 7:58, so it's not as early, but always watch because depending on the times and the layovers and things, your prices are going to change. So like I said, that first one up top, that one is 55.68. That is including these departures and the return flight. Like I said, I just didn't like this one because it brings them back at 11:55 p.m. So that one I'm going to try to fix. So the departure, I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. That puts them in at 4:30. And they have plenty of kind of layover time that they can stop and get something to eat. They can, get to their next terminal, relax for a second, but it's not too much time in between that they're there like all day long. Okay, so then the return flight, I'm looking. No, I don't want them leaving out at 5 a.m. That's a little, that would be a little much. Okay, so this one's not too bad. This one, it has them flying out at 11:15 and they will get back to Oklahoma City at 3:12. And yeah, so they're gonna land in Atlanta at 12:45 and then they don't board until 2 o'clock to their other one. So that gives them at least almost an hour to get to their next gate and things like that. A little over an hour or so. They should be good on that one. So we're going to select this one. And if you notice, it didn't raise the price too much. Let's see if I can compare it. Just are there any questions so far while we're waiting for this to load? Am I losing anybody? Everybody still with me? Okay, so now we've got the round trip, 2 adults, 2 children. They're leaving for Florida on Friday, June 30th. They leave at 7:58 a.m. and they will arrive in Orlando at 4:27 p.m. These are both nonstop flights. Well, it says nonstop, but that means from Oklahoma to Atlanta, Georgia, it's a nonstop, and then from Atlanta, Georgia to or from Atlanta to Orlando, it's nonstop. Okay, so now we are going to go through here, and this is the one that is included on in the price for this package. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click on this one. Now, if you want to see room details, you can click on that, and it kind of gives you the basics, you know, that they have an alarm clock, safe, things like that. Connecting rooms are available upon request if they should, you know, have an extra family or want to get 2 rooms because they don't want to share one with the kids. They can get a connecting room. It is available. However, on that, you may have to call Disney or call Pleasant Holidays or the resort to actually get that set up. It's kind of hard to do connecting rooms online because there is no guarantee, and it usually doesn't give you the option. But if it says that it's available, just call them. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we are adding this to the list. That's another thing you could do too. Like if you add them to the list, it gives you a way that you can compare. So that way you can see like what the differences are and things like that as far as price wise and what you're actually paying for. And then if they decide they want a rental car, Pleasant Holidays works through Hertz. And it gives you the prices and stuff right here if they want a car. If not, you can just say no rental car needed. Now, if they need transportation from the hotel to the resort, definitely check, because a lot of times the resorts, especially for Disney, they offer free shuttle service from the resort to the airport. So most likely the Swan is probably going to offer a shuttle because it is on the resort. It is a Disney resort. Okay, and then this right here is going to be for your travel protection. Right here it's showing that this is the total cost. This is what it averages per person, is that $15.31. And then right here, if you want to cancel for any reason, cash back, I always include that, especially if they are flying. If there are flights included, I always include the travel protection. Normally when I do mock bookings, I'm just going to let you know now, I'm doing this today just because I was doing a package deal. But normally when I do my mock bookings, I do not include flights in the price. I always say that flights can be included or added at an additional cost. The reason I don't include flights in my mock bookings is because flights change so drastically and so often that I could quote that right now. Somebody hits me up for that mock booking. I go back in, let's just say it's 10 minutes later, and that price has jumped $100 because of the flight. So that's just one reason I normally do not add flights in my mock bookings. And then right here, it's going to tell you. So if they do a shared transfer, okay, so that one is showing hotel to airport. That one is unavailable for a shared transfer. So that is something else that you would want to look into. So if we're going to say round trip shared transfer, I'm going to go ahead and say yes. And for now, I'm just going to put that in there. But that kind of depends on your client too. They can get a luxury van transfer, a private sedan, SUV. I don't know why at the moment that this is unavailable from the hotel to the airport. So that would just be something else that you want to keep in mind and might want to research before you do the booking on it. Oh, and it does. Okay, awesome. So here's some of the activities that you can add. So this is a 2-park 2-day base plus 3 free day promo ticket stated entitles one guest admission to either Universal Studios Florida or Universal Islands of Adventure per day. So you can add their tickets in here. So if you have, and if you're going to do it though, don't ever do it on the day that they arrive. You always want to do it the day after they arrive. I know when I arrive in some place after being on a plane and after having to lug my luggage all over the place and going through security and being cramped up, I don't really want to go in the heat to like get off my plane, get checked into the hotel, drop my stuff, and then go to the amusement parks. Like, that's not something that I want to do. I wouldn't think that my clients would either. So always make sure that you do not put their tickets or their activities, unless it's like a dinner or something that they prefer to do on the day of arrival. I always bump it to the next day. That way it gives them time to relax, get unpacked, and kind of get their feel on what they want to do and things like that. Okay, so this one right here, I'm going to go with this one. The only reason is because it says ticket is valid for any 5 calendar days during a 7-day consecutive thing. Trying to see what these other ones are. It looks like the same, so I don't know. Not really seeing a difference in ticket. Now there's a 3-park 5-day base. So if they're going to be there for 5 days, I would think that maybe they might want that one instead. That's a 3-day, 3-park, 2-day. Okay, the 2-park, 2-day park to park. That's the one I'm going to go for because that gives them the park to park pass, which means they can do Hogwarts. So we are going to go with this 3-park. That includes all 3 parks: Universal Studios, Islands of Adventures. So we're going to do this one. I'm going to select it for July 1st. And we have one traveler that was 8 years old. So he does get a little bit of a discount for being, I think it's under 10. And then you have 3 travelers that are over 10 years old, and this is the price for their ticket. Now you can do this because if you go to Universal, like Universal's website, you might be able to get a better, I find that if you bundle everything through like their actual site, like Universal's, for instance, you get a better deal on tickets and just the whole package. You'll get more percentage off, and it'll save your clients usually more money than if you try to piece it together sometimes. Walt Disney World is a little bit different just because they don't include flights with any of their packages. They used to, but they quit doing that right around when COVID started. And I don't know if they're going to bring it back since there's so many delays and cancellations and stuff. I think it's probably too much of a liability for them. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to bring that back. Okay, so I've got those tickets. These ones, I'm just going to say 0 because we decided to go with the other one. Okay. Or did I not? Yep, there it is. Okay, it's on there. Okay, so now you can do one of 2 things. You can create a quote, and this kind of puts your mock booking sort of together in an itinerary form, if it's going to do it for me. Maybe not. Okay, so maybe that one's not working. So we're just going to say continue booking this package. Maybe that one will work for me. Yeah. All right, give me a second, refreshing my page for a minute. Trying to get one of these to work. There we go. Okay, if it created my quote, I don't know where it created it. Oh, I missed some stuff. Oh, I guess that's it. Okay. There we go. Let's fix those. Now I should be able to create it. And we did click on that one. Yes. Okay. Now create a quote. And you do see that the price jumps significantly once you add those tickets. Like I said, personally, if you're going to do like an actual quote, I would definitely start with their direct website first, and then kind of work your way around that. To me, this is a little too high. I know that I was able to get a client, 3 adults with, I think they stayed 5 days. Oh, which one did they stay at? At the Endless Summer Dock, I think, resort. And I got them 3 days, and I got them full week passes to Universal, including the Harry Potter breakfast at the Leaky Cauldron and one other one, plus their flights. No, not their flights. The insurance is going to include, if I don't, on certain things, I will. If they're traveling, if they're a Florida resident, I may not add insurance if they choose not to add it. Because if they live right there, I don't really see it. And if they're driving, I don't really see a need to do it. As far as it including the ticket, I don't. That's kind of one of those 50-50 things. Depending on the insurance that they get, it's going to include the whole package. So if the tickets are bought within that package, then yes, they should get cash back for everything that was included in that package if they should have to cancel. If they buy tickets separately, though, like say you book it and you don't put the tickets in the package, that you do tickets separate from the hotel or the flight, it's not, I don't believe it's going to cover those tickets. That's one thing with Disney and Universal, any kind of these theme park tickets, a lot of tickets are non-refundable, period. Like once you purchase them, if you don't go, you're kind of out that money. But if it's bought within the package, I believe you do get reimbursed for everything that is included in that package. Insurance details are going to be, okay, hold on 1 second. Let me get through this real quick, and then I will definitely answer your question. Okay, so this is what we've got, everything, blah, blah, blah. It's all good to go. And if we decide to, okay, this is talking about the flight tickets. This is your insurance information on the flights. $200 per person. Cancel fee applies once tickets are issued. Name changes are not allowed. This fare must be paid in full and ticketed 24 hours after reservations are made. So this is going to kind of tell you before you actually book it, what your coverage consists of, reservations and payment, last minute reservations. If you want to read through all that, here's your cancellations and refunds right here. But it does say for cancellations, which will not exceed the total vacation package price. So definitely read that. The other thing that you can do too, if you decide that you don't want to say use like their insurance, you can offer your client 10 leg. And if you offer them that 10 leg, they can purchase whatever insurance they think that is suitable for them. Like they can piece their own insurance policy together, and they can book it themselves. They can go ahead and get it themselves, and then you would get 17% commission on them doing that. So that's just another option too. Okay, Brooke, I will talk to you later. So if this is good, we agree with everything. Agree. So we can do it, and then we're just going to say agree and continue. Now I am going to tell you on this one, I don't know if I'm think I'm going to share it to my Facebook business page, but I don't know if I'm going to share it into groups. I can show you how to do that. The only reason I say that is when it comes to Disney World, any of their resorts, any of their anything that is licensed, you know, for Disney, they are very restricted on what you post. So when it comes to doing like mock bookings for Walt Disney World, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what the rules are. Before it was that you can't post anything. You can't post you can't post like specific hotels or resorts or ticket prices. You can't post resort prices. You can't do any of that. If it's not included in one of their promotional ads on their Disney Travel Professionals page, then you cannot use it, or you cannot, you know, make up your mock booking. However, lately, what do you mean, Christy? Not sure exactly what you're asking.
I guess just wouldn't there be a bunch of shuttling back and forth between the two is kind of my question, because it's a Disney resort and then you'd have to shuttle over to Universal. But if you booked a Universal hotel, it would be like right there, wouldn't it?
If you're going to Universal, then yes. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. I didn't realize I'd done that. I was trying to see if it would show like you could get the tickets. It gave me Universal tickets instead of Disney World tickets. That's where, so yes, you are correct.
Okay.
So I'll fix that. Yeah, I'll fix that. I was just trying to see. I didn't know if you would be able to get like Disney tickets if you booked the resort through this. But they do offer Universal. So thank you for pointing that out, because yes, that is, let me go back real quick. So we are going to change the resort. My bad. But yes, but I do recommend too, if you're going to do Disney, if your client wants to go to Disney World, I honestly would probably book them if they wanted to do both parks. Like if they want to do like a couple days Universal and a few days Disney. Personally, if they want to be more budget friendly, I would book them at a Universal resort and package that, and then just buy the Disney tickets separate and have them shuttle over to Disney. And Universal does offer free shuttles to Disney World. So you can get back and forth between both the amusement parks. I am so glad you caught that. I wasn't even thinking. Okay, so oh, I think I went too far back. Like I said, the only reason I say that is because you could probably half the price if you book them at a Universal resort over a Disney resort. I've done both for clients, and I've done families. I did a family of 5. I've done a couple of families of 5 for Disney. And then I've done, like little 4 people families or, couples or whatever at Universal. And the comparison in the prices, it's half. If you go to Universal, it is half the cost of Disney. So if they don't mind and they want to do both, I would recommend, unless they want the full Disney experience and all that, but just know and let them know that if they book a Disney resort, it's going to be twice as much. That's just Disney. I have no control over the prices. You can try to find them as many discounts as you possibly can. But yeah, it's crazy how much they charge sometimes. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get caught back up here. I didn't think it was
And
gonna.
normally when you use Pleasant Holidays, is it mostly for Disney or is it mostly for like Hawaii?
It's mostly for anything. Okay, give me 1 second because I'm gonna go back. I know I'm not showing you exactly how to do the smart booking because I know I'm running out of time too, but they have all kinds of different things. Let me see. Like right here, if you click on this, it's got their vacation deals and it'll pop up. Mostly they do have Hawaii, but right here, free 3-day mid-size Hertz continental United States. So you could click on that one and it should pop up with all these different ones for the US. See, they've got like Arizona, California, Florida, Las Vegas, New Orleans, New York, Niagara Falls, which is a good one, Seattle, South Carolina, Tennessee, Vancouver, Victoria Vacation, Quebec, Washington, DC. So it's got different deals in there. So you can go and right now, like I said, with any of these, it's offering this $100 off per booking at any Hilton hotel in the continental United States. So you could do that one too. I click on see all vacation. Yeah, it just kind of gives you just go through but here's Europe, Mexico, Caribbean, South America, Central America, South Pacific. Fiji is #1 on my bucket list now. Okay, #2. Ireland is still my #1. They've got Fiji, Tahiti, Asia. So there's all different kinds of deals. Like they don't just do Hawaii, but that's just what they're, like they're specific to. Because they offer a whole lot more Hawaii activities. A lot of the time you might be able to find it a little bit more on the budget friendly side than others, because they get more offers and stuff for like special promotions and things because they are a Hawaii exclusive or Hawaii special or specific vendor. Okay, so I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna do this a little different, just so I could show you. Okay, so we're gonna go, and I'm just gonna click Florida, and I don't know how to get there. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna get that. And like I said, this is just one that it was featuring, but we don't want to do that one. We're gonna do. We're gonna see all Florida hotel. And yes, I'm changing the resort. Didn't want to mix the two. Like I said, I always click on star rating or hotel name if you have a specific hotel that your client is looking for. Okay, so we'll do the Portofino Bay Hotel at Universal. And we're gonna do flight and hotel. Actually, I think I'm just gonna leave the flights off, but like I said, I kind of showed you how to get the flights added and stuff like that. You can do it that way as a whole package thing. Just for time wise now, because I kind of went into more training than showing you how to actually do more booking. Forgot which I forgot what day it was. Okay, but we're still gonna use the same dates on this. And we're still gonna say 2 adults, 2 children. We're still gonna say 1 is 10. 8. It's thinking. Gotta love the thinking part. Yeah. I always call it the circle of death because it just seems like it just okay. Now, see, this is also the difference in when you include flights. It half the price. You see that? So now, okay, so we're gonna get this one, and then this is gonna tell you which ones you can get. They have a Despicable Me Kids Suite. Why not? We're gonna click on that one. Yes, it raises it. The price is gonna raise up. So you always want to make sure that it is within your client's budget. But since this is just a mock booking, we're doing it anyway. And I think no, I'm not going to do that. We're going to continue to book. Like I said, you can add flights. Just know that that is going to be a significant change in the price. That's another reason I sometimes don't add the flight because it jacks the price up, and then people see that price and they're like, "Whoa, that's way too much," and they don't even want to look at it. But I always include that it is can be added for additional cost. Okay, so then now we are going back to the 3-part. There it is, park to park. Well, I'm glad, Valerie. You just got to kind of get into them and I just play around. A lot of my time, I'm on like supply the links or the pages and the websites, and I just kind of play around with everything. Okay, so I am doing this one because this is a 2-part, 2-day park to park. Like I said, that way they can do the Hogwarts and it will not affect anything. They can still get into both the parks and they can actually ride the Hogwarts Express between both the Hogwarts at both the different parks. Okay, and as soon as you add the tickets, it's going to jump up that price. So now I'm going to create a quote. And the other good thing about Pleasant Holidays right here, I'm hoping it does it for me. If you click this travel agency details, if you choose and you wanted to add a fee, you can do that with Pleasant Holidays. So if you wanted to bump up the price a little bit, say you did, like they have a certain budget or you have a service fee or something like that, you can add it in here. Just know that anything that you add in here, Archer is going to get take that 20% off of whatever this total is. So if you add like $50 service fee and you put it in here, that's going to add to the total right here. And then when you submit that for your commission tracking form, Archer's still going to get that 10% that they take, and your mentor will get the 10% that they get. If you should choose to, that's when you would do it as like an instant commission, and you just add your service charge and get them to pay it to you up front through Square, Venmo, PayPal, whichever one that you use. So I want to go back though. Okay, let's see. Okay. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and say continue booking this package because I want to show you what the commission is going to be. If you do it on a create a quote, sometimes it won't show up because it's, and you don't want your commission showing on anything that you email to them. Okay, so it should be. It should be able to pull up. Maybe do this. Okay, green. Okay, so right here, this is going to be the total right now. This is including all their stuff. You can send, this is how you view the itinerary. It's got a little thing right there, gives you your quote number. This is just for a quote. This doesn't mean that anything has been set in stone. So then what I would end up doing, I don't know if I have my Facebook page pulled up there. So I would end up, 1 second, let me get my Facebook. Like I got all kinds of tabs over on the side. Like I'm kind of going kind of quick because I got like 10 minutes. We're pretty booked up as far as live trainings today, so I at least want to show you. Okay, so you can do this in, you know, a couple different ways. You can post it right on your, you know, right here where this is my business page, by the way. So I can come down here and I can sit here and I can post it right away if I want to. If it'll let you. Sometimes I think I'm in the wrong. I need to go to my actual, this is like for my, everybody else can see it that way. So let me do it this way. I'm going to, oops, switch account. Okay, here we go. So right here, I can just post it if I want to post it right now, which is usually how I do this. So I'm going to, and that's why I usually have all my tabs open up here because I jump back and forth when I'm working on different things. So this one I have here, so we are going to put, and the only reason, normally I don't put which resort it is, mainly because people can go and they can book it themselves. So normally I would not put the resort. However, when it comes to like Universal, Disney, any of the cruise lines, people are going to see it anyway. It's all over the television. It's all over online. They know. So anything that I know that my clients have seen 1,000 times or whatever, because you know, it's being advertised, then I will put it on there. But most times I do not include, I'll just say like 5-star resort in Orlando or on Universal property, something like that. But yeah, normally if it's any of the other 5-star resorts, I'll just say like 5-star resort in Tahiti or wherever the location is, but I will not tell them what the name of the resort is. Not until I know they're actually booking with me. And then in an email, once everything is, you know, done, said everything, we're booking it, I've got their credit card information, then I will give them all that information. And so far, I have not had too many problems with doing it that way. If you do start having kind of issues and people are wanting to know, that's when I would probably let them know that's probably when I would tell them that first quote is free. Anything after that, I charge a service fee. So if they want that first quote, I'll give it to them. If they want to change anything in it, then I'm going to charge them like $25 for the next quote, or however much you set your price at. I'm gonna say family of 4. What was saying not available? Oh, confirmation not available because it hasn't been booked yet. So we're good. So you just want to make sure that you get all that junk out of there. So I'm just going to take out Great, family of 4, check in, check out. And then I probably will kind of put some of this in there. I just usually says right here that guest of Universal is Portofino Bay. Oops. Oh dear, what did I do? Sorry, got a little trigger happen. Okay, so this is just basically explaining that they get in early access. They also don't have to wait in lines because of that early access. So you can put all that in there. You can copy and paste all of that, or I will just say include early park admission. Unlimited ride access. I am, oh, I am going to include the travel. Yeah, travel protection. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm putting it in the wrong spot. So I am going to say that the ticket. Does anybody else see where my ticket would be? That's for the hotel. That was supposed to include. Okay, for some reason, I'm not seeing where it says the ticket price in there, but I'm pretty sure we put it in there. So I'm going to put two-day base park to park ticket. Early admission, unlimited ride access. And you can kind of go back to, like, if you wanted to go back a little bit and get the actual, like, you know, hotel information and stuff, you can do that too. Cancel for any reason, cashback, protection. Trying to see what else is this one. So complimentary transportation. Cashback. Travel protection. And I'll put, what is that, a 5? Yeah, 5 day. Yes, Elizabeth, you can still post it and everything, copy and paste it. Like I said, I'm just doing it this way because that's a lot, and a lot of that stuff they really don't need, and I would go back and like delete a lot of it anyway. But yes, you can copy and paste all that information. From the hotel too, like if you go in and you get the hotel specifics, you can post that stuff too. Okay. 5-night stay. And then I'm just going to put, let's see, text. And you can also do these too. Like I know Rachel and some of them, they do it to where they have it like in their Google Docs already set up. So then they just copy and paste that whole thing, and then they just go back, and all they have to do is change like the name of the resort, or like the number of people, or the flight information, things like that. It's real easy and simple. You can do that. You can do it that way too. Mock bookings, everybody does them differently. That's why we do these trainings. Basically though, it's basically you're just trying to get the information out there so that you're getting people inquiring about it. They're coming to your page, they're coming to your business page, they're coming to your website. They're liking your page, they're following you, things like that. This is kind of a way to get those clients to come to you. So the simple is usually better. You don't want to put like a whole bunch in there because people don't like to read. No, the only thing, yes, you can add pics of room, etc. You can add any of, yep, that's usually how I do it too. As far as Disney package and groups, I would not. If you guys don't mind, hold on one second. Okay. Let me finish this real quick. And I am going to add up here though. Okay. And then I'm just gonna post it. And you can schedule it if you wanted to, you could schedule it for another day, things like that. Like I said, I was just kind of going through this really, really quick because I just wanted to show you guys. And I know I'm like running out of time here. Might be a little over on time. And there it is. Now, yes, I would go in and I would add pictures. I usually add at least 4 pictures. I try to add one, maybe like a kind of like an overview of the whole resort. I try not, like I said, most of my mock bookings, I try not to actually add any names of the resort in it. Let me show you. And then what I would end up doing with this is I would post it to my Facebook groups. And this is I had to kind of start over, so this is not all my groups. I switched back to Office or Excel. Somehow all of my Google documents, spreadsheets, everything just vanished. Like everything just deleted. I have no clue. I cannot find them. I've searched everywhere. So this is why I'm switching over to Excel. But it's the same thing. And this right here, I just kind of wanted to show you, which one is it? When you book in groups, you want to make sure first when you sign up for the groups, I try to sign up for public groups. Anything that says public, I'm going to try and sign up for. Because usually the rules and stuff are not as restricted. This one right here, holiday packages, is a really, really good one. And I can show you why. If you go to the little 3 dots somewhere on the page, you'll see it. It comes up and it has your content. So right now, I don't have any pending posts in here. I'm hoping this is one that'll do it. I don't know why this is doing it either. I don't know. It could just be my connection today, which would not surprise me. I'm trying to find one that I know that I posted in quite a bit. I think this one maybe. No, not that one. Sorry. Like I'm trying to find one. I think maybe this one. That one. Trying to find one that I know that I've posted like quite a bit in so that I can kind of show you. But of course, Facebook or my internet is not wanting to cooperate today. So it's giving me all kinds of problems. And it's not wanting to show my stuff. I think it's an internet connection. I'm just trying to find one that'll pop up so I can show you. All right, here we go. So I'm going to go over here to these 3 dots right there, and I'm going to go to my content, and shows that I don't have anything pending. Oh, sorry. I know why. That's another thing you always have to look at is right here. Figure out which you got to keep track of how you shared it. Yeah, here we go. Because when I share into groups, it's usually as my personal, it's not as my business page, because a lot of groups will not allow you to post from your business page. That's why when you join the groups, you always want to make sure that you are reading them and reading the rules and finding out exactly how much you can post and what you can post and things like that. So this one right here, they've published at least 3 of my posts that I've posted, which I think that's probably all I've done in this one so far. But this is just one of them that I did. This one here was an article actually on 13 reasons to drop everything and visit this island in the state park of Florida. And then I just kind of put there's my link to my email or my website. And then I just kind of told them what to click on. They can fill out the form. There's my phone number. They can text me, things like that. And then I always usually put hashtags in there that are relevant to my post. This is another one that I had done. Like I said, here's the pictures that I posted with this one. This right here, cottage rentals starting at $179 per night for a family of 4, 5-night minimum rental. And then it just kind of includes like all the different activities that is included with no hidden charges. And then these are off-site activities that are close by. Again, my website, and then this would be my form to fill out if they choose, you know, my inquiry form, so that they can kind of do their own. But these are the pictures that I pulled right off of the site that I was looking at. You can also Google and pull pictures from there. You just got to make sure that they're shareable and that they're not like copyrighted or anything like that. So yes, you can add, these are all of the hotels, the different things around there. So I usually always add pictures. This one right here is one that I did for Aquatica and Discovery Cove for SeaWorld. I did put up here possible discounts for Florida residents. I'm posting in a group things to do in Florida. So if I'm posting for like specific groups like that, that's how I tag them, so that they do know that it is a Florida post. And that way it draws more people in, and admin is going to be more apt to post it and not decline it. So like I said, always make sure. And then if I wanted to view it in the group, this is how it actually shows up like on their page. And these were different pictures that I took off of the website. This one I added a little bit more just because there was a little bit more to it. So you got like Aquatica, and I think it had like Discovery Cove, and there's different activities like swimming with dolphins, swimming with sharks, swimming with stingrays. And then I did put the resort in there, and then there's their splash zone for the kids, things like that. But normally I would only post like maybe 4 to 5 pictures per post. You don't want to like completely stop it up. And then this is just all that I put in there. Family of 4, total package price, price per person. I put that on there too. What it is, 2 queen beds, and then the hotel benefits, free shuttle, reserve show seating, 10% off dining, 20% off merchandise, things like that. This one I added a little bit more. Normally I do not put that much in a post, but I did on this one just because it was a lot that it included in this price. So that's why I did it that one. And as you can see, package price does not include airfare, but can be added. Like I do that on a lot of my posts. Flights change too much, they get canceled, they get, you know, it's just crazy. So normally I do not add flights in my packages. The only one I really do that for is Vacation Express, because that's how it is included. It's a flights and everything included in there. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing and take a few minutes just to see if I lost anybody, or if anybody has any last minute questions, because I know I'm over on time. I'm surprised somebody hadn't kicked me out yet. I'm going to stop the recording.